Hi, it's Kuma. Welcome back to my channel. It has been so long. I am so sorry. I have been just living life. I don't really have an excuse, but I do post a lot of my shorts. So if you're brain rotted like me, maybe the shorts are the best way to see my content. But anyway, we're here today. We don't have any storylines. We don't have a big project. We just have random clips of days in my life. You'll just see what I've been up to, what I've been working on. Hope that you enjoy it. Let's get into it. Thanks for being here. My mom is a really crafty person and we've been wanting to collaborate on a project together, so I wanted to show you our patchwork fish tote bags that we made. She's been collecting fabric scraps for as long as I can remember, so we have a huge bag of them. All of the materials used for this project were things that we've been collecting for a long period of time or things that were purchased brand new at secondhand shops. It's a really sustainable craft, which I'm really proud of. My mom helps me make these patchwork fish. I really love how they came out. She used a variety of different fabrics, which I really think adds to the charm of it. Some of the fabrics were meant to be used for old kimono. I don't even know where she got the rest of them, to be honest. My bachan, her mom, was a seamstress, so she also had a large collection of fabric. Though their origins are unknown, now they will live forever on as a fish, which is pretty cool. I then took those bags and stitched on top of it just by hand sewing. I don't know how to use a sewing machine. This just helped make sure that it was more durable. I just chose different colors for the stitching. Some were hot pink, some were yellow, and I think it just adds a little extra touch of whimsy. I then looked through our collection of buttons and chose some for the eyeballs, and that's it. Now we're gonna make some punch needle worms using my Mina Karen punch needle and some size 2 yarn. Since I was a kid, I've always liked worms. I remember going fishing with my dad. I don't like fishing, so I remember just digging through the little tub of worms and then just like playing with them a little bit. Even to this day, I find them to be quite fascinating. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I make these worms into hair clips, pins, and magnets. I've been attaching the pins to the fish tote bags. I like the combination of the bait with the fish. I had a hard time selling the tote bags, so I thought this would help. No one has been enticed by the bait, so to speak. So if you want a bag, we got plenty of them. Yesterday there was an unfortunate incident where my Mina Karen punch needle broke. This is the needle I've been working with for the last couple months. I knew it was only a matter of time before it broke because it's made of cheap plastic, so I had to get a replacement one. I do have alternative punch needles like this Ultra Punch. I was hoping that this one would work out instead, but it doesn't seem to work with my combination of fabric and yarn. That's the thing with punch needle, it's so trial and error. What works on one piece of fabric might not work for the next, and your yarn always has to be changing to accommodate for your needle sizes. It's a bit frustrating at times, and I think that's why people have a hard time with punch needle, because you have to try so many different things to get the right combination. It is what it is. I am working it out. Today I have to go to Michael's and Daiso to get some last minute materials. I also need to get some bags since I'm always running out of those. I did get rejected from a market recently. That happens sometimes, and it's not any reflection of you. Either they have their usual vendors that they want to work with, maybe there was another punch needle artist. There's a lot of factors that go into maybe getting rejected from things. Rejection is redirection. Things end up working out anyway. I'm procrastinating because I don't want to go drive right now, but I have to. So let's get going and do the things that we got to do today. If you thought my family had a lot of fabric, wait until you see our button collection. These are the family heirlooms that get passed down from generation to generation, and you know what? I'm thankful for it. I've been seeing a lot of people make these button hair clips and thought that it would be fun to try it out for myself. I am using E6000 for jewelry and beads. I use this for my normal punch needle hair clips as well. It's a very strong glue. I suggest using gloves and working in a well-ventilated space because it is rank. I just pick out some buttons that I think look cute together, and and this is how they turn out. I love the different color combinations and the different shapes of buttons. It's so much fun to make, so highly recommend it. You can find buttons for really cheap at thrift stores. Sometimes they even sell them in a jar. It's a very easy, fun, and affordable craft, so definitely try it out for yourself. Like I said, I make a lot of punch needle hair clips as well. I make these primarily in fish and worm shapes, but sometimes I'll make pencils or flowers or whatever else I can think of. If there's like a shape you think would make a good hair clip, let me know. I'm always looking for new ideas. I thought that these wouldn't sell because they're a little bit out there, but actually I've been surprised by how many people like these. And it's so fun to watch people buy them from me at craft fairs and immediately put them in their hair. It makes me feel so happy. Today, we are going to be making a punch needle pillowcase for my cousin. She already got me this pillowcase that was made of monk's cloth, so all I have to do is punch the design on top of it. For our design, we are punching the name Nora, so I just took out a ruler and roughly measured how big I wanted the name to be. Once I had my measurements taken, I took it into Illustrator and picked my font. I just went with Arial Rounded. After printing it out, I then realized that I would have to reprint it because when you are punch needling words, you actually want it to be reversed. When you're punching onto the fabric, it's actually the back side that's going to be the finished product, not what you're actually punching. After you flip it around, you're going to want it to be the right side, if that makes sense. As you could see, I had to print it out into 2 pieces of paper because 8.5 by 11 was not big enough. So when I did this, I made sure to have a little bit of the letter R on both sides of the paper so that I could line it up and have the correct spacing. After that, I put the paper inside the pillowcase and just traced the name. But remember to flip your pillowcase inside out, so when you punch needle the name, again, the right side of the pillowcase is showing with the right side of the name. I'm sorry, I don't know how to explain this any better. The hard part about this project is finding the right embroidery hoop. I just used this plastic hoop that I found. It got the job done, but it was a little bit wonky. I wanted the colors to gradiate, so I just went with the darkest pink I had for the N, and then it goes to the lightest pink for the A. I'm using my Oxford punch needle, and I always use medium weight yarn, but since I'm using all different types of brands of yarn for this project, it does get a little bit wonky sometimes, so just make sure that your yarn is applicable for whatever punch needle you're using. After I got the hang of things, it went pretty smoothly and we ended up with this pillowcase. I love the 3D effect that punch needle has. I think it's really fun, it's so soft, and I hope that my cousin and baby Nora like it too. You know, I love a presentation. This is something I've been wanting to talk about for a while, and that is what makes a good market. As someone who has done a lot of markets throughout the years, it's important to know what to look for if you're just starting out. I want to help you make that decision for yourself. If you hear chewing noises, I'm watching my friend's dog. She is having the time of her life gnawing on a bone, so we'll just let her be. You chew, girl. So what makes a good market? Number 1, affordability. Affordability is accessibility. I do think that art markets should be accessible for as many people as possible, but unfortunately we are seeing table fees increasing. When I first started, I think it was pretty normal to see 6 feet table spaces in the $60 range, but now I think the average is around $100, and I'm talking one-day events, maybe 4 or 5 hours with a table and umbrella, not even a canopy. This could also vary depending on your location. I go between LA and Orange County, so obviously the prices could be higher than if you were in another state. I understand why table fees are expensive. Of course, it comes down to venue costs, staffing costs. It costs a lot of money to run a website. So I definitely understand why there are fees associated, but the fees vary so much between markets. I've heard of a market where they just take a percentage of whatever you make. So if you make more money, you're going to have to give more money. I think that's an interesting concept. I wonder what you guys think about that. How do I combat rising prices? I share. I love sharing a table with friends. You have someone to yap with all day, and splitting costs of everything makes it so much more affordable. Unfortunately, there are venues that don't allow sharing, but when they do, I find that to be a great solution. Number 2, location. Is the market venue in a high traffic area? The worst market for me personally was one that happened in a dead mall. It is possible. Even Westminster Mall, rest in peace. There used to be some anime expos. I did attend once and it did seem like there was a big crowd. So this is possible. You want to have a market where people are going to go. Will people naturally show up to a dead mall? No. Either the market has to have really great marketing and have a name for itself, or you're just kind of risking it because you're not going to get any organic traffic. Know that venue is very important because this determines your traffic for the day. Marketing is key. Does the market you're applying for do a good job with marketing their events on their social media? Do they have good engagement on their posts? Are they sharing your posts when you tag them in things? If the answer is yes, then great. You're going to have better chances of people showing up to your event. I always like to ask people when they come to my tables at markets, how did you find out about this event? If I hear that they found out through Instagram, I think that's a great sign. It means they're promoting their posts. It means that they're putting some effort in to get more people to come to the event. It's really frustrating when you sign up for an event, you're excited about it, and they do very little to push it onto their social media. I'm a little biased because AKASSA is run by my friend, but I will say that she does an amazing job of making the marketing really fun and engaging and making it different for each event. She always has a theme. She's putting the effort in to making this eye-catching so people will want to engage with it. Figure 8 Market was interesting because they actually used a scheduling website where you would put your name into the spreadsheet and it would tell them when you were going to post about the market. They would repost your post by scattering the times. Everyone would have some time to shine on their socials. So I thought that was a really interesting idea. I'd never seen anything like that before. I've also vended at a market that used AI art. I didn't really do enough research when I applied. I just saw a flyer, thought, oh, that looks interesting. Later, I realized, oh, that's definitely AI. When you are marketing a maker's market and you're using AI for your flyers, what kind of message do you think that sends? I understand that using AI art is easy, it's cheap, it's fast. Just use Canva. Next, communication. Communication is key with markets. Are organizers confirming your payments? Because most do not. I always have to email them, message them saying, hey, did you receive my payment? Am I confirmed to be a vendor? That is so frustrating, especially when you're dropping $100 to be a vendor. You should absolutely be telling your vendors your payment has been confirmed and you are going to be a vendor. I highly encourage that you add all your vendors to a group chat so people can ask questions there and that the organizers be available to answer questions. If you say our DMs are open, message us there, and then you do not respond to those DMs, again, very unprofessional. My chances of vending with you again are very low. It's so important. I could talk about this all day, but we don't have all day. Okay, next, organization. This is kind of a combination of everything we talked about prior. I think it's really great and helpful when it is clear who is organizing the event. When you go to the market, there's someone there who will check you in and show you where you need to go. It's helpful when people wear merch, when there's something that differentiates them so it's clear that they are organizing the event. At the last market I did, Figure 8, the organizers were talking to every vendor. They were thanking them for joining them. They were asking questions about how their day was. They were giving away stickers. It showed that they were making an effort to get to know everybody, and I really appreciated that. I would definitely be vending with them again. Curation is a big thing. Have the vendors been vetted to ensure that there is no AI slop or drop-shipped items? It's very upsetting to see Temu dropshippers and AI slop at art markets. This happens all the time. It might be hard for people who aren't educated to know the difference. Are they producing enormous quantities in very short periods of time? Do they have a ton of different items, all in different styles? Does their social media show any process videos of them making anything? Look for the Plants vs. Zombie crocheted pea shooters. I don't know why that's such a big thing, but when I see that, I'm like, there's a high chance that is from Temu. If you are shopping and you're not sure if something is handmade or not, just ask questions. Say, hey, what kind of crochet hooks do you use? What kind of yarn did you use? How long did this take you? If they made it, they will know the answer to that. Also, what I mean by curation is, do the vendors all make sense selling things in one place? For instance, I did a Dreamers market many years ago. There were a few crafters, but there was also someone reselling handbags. There was someone selling timeshares. There was like a psychic reader. So the curation really didn't make a lot of sense. They were kind of accepting anybody who had applied. I think that really hurt the market itself. I haven't done Dreamers in years. It could be different now, but that was my experience when I last did it. My last slide is a bonus slide. I really appreciate when there are markets for a cause. For instance, AKASSA is highlighting AAPI makers, and we always pledge a percentage of our sales to different organizations. We're making a difference, and I think that it really matters. I also did a market at Rebake Stick in Alhambra, one of my favorite Asian-owned, women-owned bakeries. They gave me a free table space because they just wanted to support local makers. I think that is an incredible mission. It makes me want to support them because they support other people, and I really appreciate that. That is the end of my presentation. Thank you for watching this and listening to me rant. I think it's really important to think about what kind of markets you're doing. I can do another presentation about finding your niche because that is equally as important. This wasn't as like funny as my other presentations, but it is important. All right, let's get back to the video. I think I'm going to end the video here, but thank you so much for watching if you've made it this far. I know it's been long overdue. I haven't been uploading long form content in a while just because shorts perform so much better, and I'm all about instant gratification. But if you are one of those people who like long form content more, let me know in the comments. I'll try to prioritize it a bit more. And I hope this video was interesting for you, just seeing what I make and hearing my thoughts about markets. I will say I have gotten a little bit jaded from the market scene, but I am excited for the markets to come. My next one is actually going to be this Saturday, April 18th at Whimsy, Pasadena. All that info will be below. If you want to keep up with me and see me more than like once every few months, make sure to check out my shorts as well as my Instagram at Studio Kuma. I'm just there more often. It's easier for me to post things there. That's all I have to say. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!